So I generally wait for the little counter to appear and start counting before I start talking. Remember, we can address the people who are listening after the fact now, even though no one's necessarily here right now.
Okay.
So while we wait for people to show up, if they're going to do so, I thought we'd talk about a movie I showed you last night. I think it was the first time you ever saw it and what you thought about it. What movie was that?
Was it that the Mountaintop Massacre?
Was that the title?
I think so.
Okay, well, it's Mountaintop Motel Massacre.
Oh,
So that was the very
I
first
forgot the motel.
time you seen it. What did you think of that, having seen it for the first time?
It was kind of fun. It was a combination of crawl space and I don't know, some Jason, a little bit of Psycho. I mean, it was kind of fun.
Kind of slow though, huh?
Yeah, but the movies back then were slow.
Well, not all of them, but yeah, probably a relatively low budget movie, I would think.
Yeah, they probably put maybe 5,000-10,000 into it.
I don't know if I said this yet, but thanks. This is to mostly people listening after the fact. Thanks for tuning in once again to the Nate and Beth show. I think this is the fourth one, if I'm
For thinking right, we'd have to
I'm thinking right.
do the history in the channel to see.
I'm pretty sure it's the fourth one.
You're pretty good with numbers. Yeah, thank you everyone for showing up and or looking at this after the fact. Or listening to it after the fact.
Yep. So she thought Mountaintop Motel Massacre was
kind of fun. I don't know. I mean, they built it up like the psycho woman got let out. So how did she get her daughter back? And daughter collects critters, and daughter was practicing dark arts, trying to get communication with dad. And
do we know she was trying to get communication with dad?
I think so. It kind of led up to that. I mean, she had all the candles lit and the dad's picture there. So
yeah, it looks like we might have someone in the chat that is in the wrong place.
Uh-oh. Is this the Bouncy Castle Events Palace? How much is your price? I think you're in the wrong room, sweetheart.
Well, trolls also exist on the internet as well.
That's true.
It'd be interesting to make a prequel to Mountaintop Motel Massacre, as with Evelyn, and explain why she was in the nut house.
Very true.
In the first place, I don't remember if they really said much. Okay, so we've got a couple of goofballs. Welcome, goofballs.
Let's see.
The other guy's kind of goofy too.
Goji98 thought this was a bouncy castle event place. It's not. And then Jose Gomez says hello.
Okay, so.
Oh. Yeah.
Waiting for actual people to show up. So, yeah, that was Mountaintop Motel Massacre.
Jose Gomez just joined us, so we were just talking about a movie I just saw last night, Mountaintop Motel Massacre, where it seemed like the owner of the massacre kills her daughter, and then all of a sudden all 4 cabins are filled up, and so she has fun crawling underneath each cabin and killing as many guests as possible, because that's what the voice in her head said to do.
She's got a secret tunnel system, much like the stupid reboot of Friday the 13th would end up doing. She's got a secret underground tunnel system to, well, I guess at least 4 of the cabins at Mountaintop Motel Massacre. Or Mountaintop Motel, I should say. It's just a place on a mountain. Well, we don't really know if it's on a mountaintop that has just old rundown cabins that she rents. And on one stormy night, people show up, and all of a sudden she's just inundated with all kinds of business.
Oh, so she starts out with just a preacher in cabin 3. He seems like a, lifer, probably because it's cheap to live there. And then all of a sudden you get a handyman, a newlywed couple, and some guy rescuing a couple of girls off the street who were stranded in the storm. So Yeah. If Jose Gomez has any
Oh,
comments.
he's a goofball. He
Oh.
doesn't really say anything of any. I won't be mean. We'll just say he's a goofball.
Okay.
And on to, let's see, I think it was last November, we got the Criterion Godzilla collection. So ever since then, we've been watching Godzilla movies, and just recently was the day before. Might have been Wednesday. Was it? I don't even know when it was anymore. Recently, within the last week,
Wednesday night.
we showed
watched it.
Beth. We're up to.
No idea what number we're on.
Well, I don't know the number, but the title is what the hell? Oh, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2, and that's got. Does that have a baby-ish Godzilla in it? What's it called?
They call
Godzillasaur.
Godzillasaurus.
No, they call it a Godzillasaur.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
It had some Rodan DNA in it.
Yeah, like Rodan was back for the first time since, I don't know, the 60s, I think. I don't think Rodan had ever been in a Godzilla movie since the 60s at the time, and it was nice to have that Akira, whatever the hell his last name is, Rodan theme back. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah.
Did the Godzillasaur...
Wah, wah, wah. Did he what?
Did the Godzillasaur have its own theme?
Yeah, I think, the Godzillasaur had like a really pretty theme, I think. Because I remember, what are you looking at?
Just what you did to the screen.
Oh, yeah, they're no longer welcome.
I see that.
I mean, yeah, if you're just talking gibberish, then oh well.
Okay. I don't know if they did a theme for Baby Godzilla.
I think they did, yeah.
He was cute. Kind of sad. I liked how his eyes turned red when he was sad.
But I don't know if it was the right color, because the first time it happened, it makes you think he's like turning evil or something. I don't know if red was the right color. And then when his eyes turn red, oftentimes it looks like they're in a mean. Yeah. His eyebrows look mean, like he's going evil or something.
He was crying. You know, your eyes get kind of sad when you cry. You scrunch up your face a little bit. But I think they should have chosen like blue or yellow, maybe would have been better for a scared color.
Yeah.
But that's what the color of the egg turned when he was upset.
Yeah, but they would have had to change that to that same color. But I don't know, when his eyes went red, he just looked evil.
Yeah.
So okay.
Had some repeat characters. Was it Mickey, the psychic?
Oh yeah, well she's in all the '90s ones after Biollante, even if it's just a super small, inconsequential part. Well, I think she had a pretty big. She had a bigger role in this one because she was actually in charge of the butt brain detonation on Godzilla's second butt brain. Or second brain that's in the butt, or maybe lower spine. So there's on Godzilla per Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2, there's a brain on each end of his spine, on the top and on the bottom. I forgot what the butt brain regulated. I forgot.
Apparently it regulated his violence, because when I was destroyed, he couldn't really do anything. Maybe it was his balance, because he really couldn't get up either.
Well, I guess it's too nice of a day out there. Maybe people aren't really showing. Well, I mean, I guess someone showed up, but don't have any really meaningful conversations as of yet. What else we got here? Beth today decided she wanted to watch an old movie. It just so happened I recently got for 50% off Criterion Blu-ray of His Girl Friday, which also includes the front page from 1931. I guess it's the same story, that His Girl Friday would go on to do. I don't know if it was from from the hit play.
Oh.
So I would imagine that His Girl Friday was based on the same hit play, possibly.
It's like His Girl Friday was done before or after the front page.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Front
looks like
page
front
was-
page was 1931 and His Girl Friday was 1940. So what, 9 years before?
Yep, I've never seen the front page, so Beth and I will watch the front page tonight because Beth is in the mood for an old movie.
Kind of like the black and whites. They're fun to watch.
Not the black and white, it's fun.
I mean, you can do a lot with shadows, and the black and white photography is, I don't know, just kind of master of it. So I hope Jose is enjoying listening.
Oh yeah, he's loving it.
I'm sure he is.
Well, I wanted to wait until people showed up to get onto this, but I guess we could start talking about we're starting bitching about our recent
camping adventure on
camping
Tuesday
adventure without naming the location.
night. Yeah, we go to this campsite that's supposed to be rustic, like basic.
The cheapest one,
It's a stain.
is that like bleach?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I was
what
mad.
were you doing with bleach with this shirt?
I was wearing it at the place I used to work for, cleaning a facility,
I'm sorry.
and bleach splashed up as I was.
Okay, well, as per usual, Jose is regaling us with titles and the years they came out. Thank you very much. Look at chat if you want to see what he said. It's just the movie title and the year it came out. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So she got some bleach on her nice sweater, but life goes on. So camping
at a rustic site.
Yeah, this particular campsite has several
Other sites.
Several sites, modern, group, just basic three, modern, group, and rustic. And rustic is like the cheapest, so that's where we go. Plus, well, we just go set up a tent or sleep in the car. Last year it was towards the end. It was September, so it was kind of chilly to do the tent. So we slept in the car last year, but this year we actually did the tent. And I guess our experience generally was pretty decent at rustic, maybe until. So what was the annoying things about our experience with rustic?
Well, this was the first year that we tried sleeping in the tent.
The first year we tried during the summer,
Summer. No, this is the first year you and I have ever tried the tent. We've gone before and slept in the vehicle. So that was one difference. But then I think that might have been a hint to the other differences, which was one campsite away on the left and on the right. The one on the left had the RV with the generator that was running all day?
Well, I don't know if it was a generator. It might have just been the RV motor.
Could have been.
I think
maybe
it was
running
just
air
the
conditioning.
RV
something.
motor. So this guy, and I would imagine he wasn't there for. He was out of state. Had out of state place. He probably wasn't there for recreation. He was probably there just for a cheap place to stay. Because it's not like he had anything set up outside or anything like that. It was just.
And it looks like he was staying to the end of the month.
So he was just basically all day just had his RV running, in which luckily we weren't like the spot right across from him would be just like just
torture,
asphyxiated with the exhaust too.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily we weren't asphyxiated with the exhaust, but when it came to be nighttime, it's like, okay, man, he's gonna just have this anyway. I took over the story.
That's okay. So that was to facing the trail. That was to possibly our left. And then to the right, there was a camper, which really wasn't bad.
Well, the guy wasn't
there. The camper
there
wasn't even there.
For most of the day of our, when we arrived going into night. He didn't show up until like probably nighttime, but
he really didn't become a problem until, Wednesday morning, which at like 9 or 10 o'clock, he turned on whatever he had to
must
put
have been
coolant in or something.
Some kind of generator, and he had all these containers. He was like pouring something into the trailer, and it's just like, so these people, of course, the one guy from out of state probably just, picked the cheapest spot, but these people picked rustic, which is supposed to be, well, just that, rustic. Yeah. Set up a tent and be quiet and enjoy the frickin' silence.
Maybe a camper without any electricity, just for a shelter.
And these people have to run the motor for whatever electricity. It wasn't even hot, so he didn't really need AC, in my opinion. And then I think someone actually went
probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock when it's supposed to be quiet.
Yeah, because 10 is supposed to be quiet. 10 and beyond is supposed to be quiet. So I think another camper probably right across from RV guy actually went and asked that guy to shut his thing the hell up, so he turned it off for the night anyway. But
Yeah.
and the trailer, the other guy we're bitching about really wasn't a problem until the next day, where it was probably, the quiet time probably technically expired, but that doesn't mean people that are there for the solitude of whatchamacallit,
like listening to birds and feeding the critters,
want to hear your generator running. So it's just kind of a bummer. Like,
for anyone
this
who
is
might
just-
have just joined us, we were talking about our camping experience.
we're bitching about it. I mean, those are just it was mostly good, but those are just a couple of gripes. In my opinion, if you need AC or power so bad, pay the extra couple bucks and, rent a modern site where you can plug in your power.
Right.
But, we don't run the world yet, so we got to deal with that, don't we? Well, next time we have our eyes set on sites set on one of them
group site,
which is much more secluded to ourselves. We got to. It's like it's actually more than twice the amount for the site, but what?
It's meant to hold up to 50 campers.
So yeah, the secludedness might make it more fun. So we're gonna rent a whole group site and just put one tent down there. So that way we won't have to deal with inconsiderate people. This is, well, I must admit, it must just be people are probably doing other things on Saturday night, especially during the summer. This is probably a record with the show without any kind of meaningful conversation. So what would you say if no one shows up? How long are we going to go?
I'll give it 30 minutes. Gives it another few minutes more for people to show up. I mean, I'm not offended. We did give, a 5-hour window?
Well, it's funny how we gave the biggest heads up and we have the least turnout. But again, it's summer. It's Saturday night.
It's nice out. Who knows? Whatever. I don't know what temperature's like in across the world, or Canada or Mississippi or Texas, where we get some of our people. Well, Nate gets his followers from these places. I'm just tag along for a couple of shows.
Let's see here. God, we got a lot of stuff covered in 17, nearly 18 minutes. I guess I don't really know what else there is.
But maybe we can talk about this Nightmare on Elm Street from 1994 that Jose Gomez decided to remind us about. I'm a Freddy fan.
Wes Craven's return to the franchise 3 years after they killed Freddy, and kind of a 10th anniversary money grab. The title that I don't really consider part of the franchise. It's like
the new Nightmare.
It's like it's kind of like a what if. I consider Freddy's Dead the end.
That's true, because wasn't the new Nightmare when he was redoing the set and he had the hand in the truck with him and it kind of came to life?
Yeah, it's where Freddy's real,
Kind of popped off the TV screen.
The movie where Freddy's real.
Yeah. I don't know, it had its points. I didn't like the beginning where the kid was on the jungle gym. That was scary. Oh. Bad parenting.
Yeah, that wasn't the beginning.
Close enough. It was not in the middle of the movie, and it wasn't earlier part of the movie. Had the kid on the playground, and it just kind of reminded me of Damien. Like, look, Damien, I'm doing this for you. But I don't know. I liked the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Good. I'm glad.
And what figure are you waiting for?
Yeah, this was announced forever ago. I and tons of other Friday the 13th fans are eagerly awaiting the release and arrival of the Part 7 Jason NECA figure, and that's supposed to be this month, I read, but now the month's like over halfway over. Where the hell is it? So maybe it's online. I get my figures from Target. So maybe it is online, but I'm waiting for it to show up at Target.
So if someone else joined us, hello. If not, that's okay too. The number just jumped up.
Maybe
So,
we could go to. I kind of feel like going to 45 minutes because
okay.
I hate to quit and have someone.
We can go up to an hour. That's fine.
Oh, really? Well, let's see about possibly going to an hour and waiting for people to show up, but because otherwise it'd be only 10.
Dr.
Oh,
Rock
okay.
just
Someone
came on.
actually with a meaningful contribution. Okay, so he's talking about the NECA
They
Part
changed.
7
Yeah.
action figure. He says they changed the date again, couple more months. Well, that's a freaking drag.
That is a
Thank you for the
drag.
info and welcome.
Welcome,
You're
Dr. Rock.
20 minutes in, you're the first, what I would regard as actually
The first conversationalist contributing to chat other than Jose giving us movie titles. Looks like Dr. Rock ordered his or hers, I don't know who Dr. Rock is, almost a year ago. What the hell? Oh no. So you pre-ordered, so you've already paid for it and you're waiting for it? That just kind of sounds like a rip that you prepaid for it and still haven't gotten it.
Well, depending on where he ordered it, he may not have paid yet. Maybe they don't charge until they ship. Who knows?
Possible.
Welcome, Dr. Rock. Anything you want to talk about if you're still here? I'm only seeing one person right now.
He might have fallen. He might come back. He might have fallen off.
Look at the light on that right there.
Oh, and what are we looking at? Our mask from Freddy. Oh, not Freddy.
Oh
my bad.
God.
Jason
7.
Jason 7.
Yeah, the sunlight just
kind of hits the nose and the eye socket kind of
perfectly.
Scarily. He's got it propped up on an axe. One of his favorite toys. He had a machete behind the axe, but the machete kept falling, so
falling over.
Kind of thought Jason was attacking me, so he moved the machete over to the other corner of the place we're sitting.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Dr. Rock came and gave us a few pointers and left. I don't know.
But you know how people's internet can.
Internet.
And I don't know internet, but
damn nice weather.
Their Wi-Fi can jump on and off.
Say damn nice weather. This is why I don't do the radio show during the summer because holy
nice
crap.
Out.
Yeah. Who the hell wants to
be
listen
indoors.
To a couple people? Well, they don't have to be indoors to listen.
That's true. But well, we're sitting in a dare I say a 3-season porch
with the windows open.
With the windows open. So Dr. Rock must have rejoined us. He said, "What horror figures do you own? I'm here, LOL." Oh, well, what horror figures do you own, Mr. Nate?
Well, lots of Friday the 13th and some of the recent NECA Freddy's, and Beth might have gotten me the Chucky little NECA.
Mm-hmm.
But
so I found him all the Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street ones, movie 1, 2, and 3. And then we got, well, you already contributed. You already had most of the Jasons. I think I might have gotten you one Jason that you didn't
more
have.
than one.
So 1 or 2. I don't know.
She got a lot of them.
Kind of got the missing ones that he had from Friday the 13th.
And then Chucky and...
Yep, got him a little Chucky doll.
And I don't like it at all, so I don't... She's got it.
I've got all the...
NECA its, but I don't like...
It's old and new.
I don't like it at all, so I don't want it.
Got some... I don't really consider King Kong a horror movie.
No, they're just putting out some new 1933 King Kongs that we've been getting. It's like...
But those were fun. And again, I don't really consider Godzilla as any horror movie, but I've got you some Godzilla NECAs. Oh, did you tell your viewers that you have your own Halloween Season of the Witch?
I don't remember.
Well,
that's another thing she got, the 3 trick-or-treaters Halloween 3. And she
Halloween
gifted
3 Season of the Witch.
Gifted it to me.
So he didn't steal mine. Yeah, I pretty much... Well, I got Gremlins, but I don't know if Gremlins is a horror movie. Maybe for a kid. But yeah.
Oh, so... I got the... from the website, from the Scream Factory website, I got the... Whatchamacallit? The NECA figures for Slumber Party Massacre and My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, that's right. Dr. Rock says nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, put a little bit of investment into these figures. I figure
She figures.
I figures these figures will, if not break even one day, maybe get me a little bit ahead. But I'm a collector of kind of odds and ends. If I like it, I buy it. I think if I think it's going to have value to it, I buy it. Kind of got my second child into collecting Hot Wheels cars. It's difficult keeping them in the package, but I think my second child is learning to keep things in the package.
Well, in case any of you don't know, Beth's obsessed. How did you end up this way? Obsessed with keeping like toys, knickknacks, whatever in the packaging. Is it your mom who instilled that into you?
No, I just, when I got older, I figured out that these older toys have value. Maybe it was when I went to a antique store for the first time and I saw toys that I played with that were totally destroyed, going for $50 to $100. Like, I had that as a kid and it's worth $100 now, open and played with. I mean, what happens if I just leave it in the package? And maybe that's what started it.
Probably.
But no, I never really liked opening things up even as a kid either. When I realized,
that's weird. It's like, damn it, it's Christmas again. Damn it. I have to open stuff.
Kinda. Well, it depends on what it is and how rare it was to find. But I think as I've gotten older, I've opened less and less things. But there's a few things I kind of have to play with.
What's that?
Well, I got you that second King Kong figure, so you could, I wanted to see what it looked like outside of the package.
Not to mention the second final chapter in Jason Lives figure.
Well, you like that one. Was that number 6?
Those ones, yeah.
Yeah, we're still waiting for 7.
She kind of got me on the frickin' don't open it bandwagon too, so now I'm obsessing about it. I used to just buy them and open them and display them, but Dr. Rock says some things look better in the box. I think Beth would.
I agree with you on that one, Dr. Rock.
She agrees.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, they're fun to open, but I think they're worth more in the package. I think now that I'm really thinking about it, what might have triggered me keeping things in the box was in junior high. I had one of my classmates tell me that she had received a holiday Barbie every Christmas. Like, they have the holiday Barbie and then they had the New Year's Barbie, and her dad would buy them every year for Christmas, maybe birthday, and she probably had 50 in the box, and then they were all in the garage or in some kind of storage area, and the dad went through and threw away, kept the Barbies, but threw away all of the boxes that the Barbies came in, only to find out that they had drastically devalued. Like, she had had one, maybe the 1977 holiday Barbie grossed for, I don't know, $300 unopened online. And this was back in the early 90s.
Wait, online in the early 90s? 2000s?
Well, I think no, she got it appraised. Maybe they took it to an antique store.
Okay.
But they did some appraisal and they would have said, yeah, these are worth money, but where are the boxes? And pretty much took away half their value. So maybe that's how I got into just keeping things in boxes.
Yeah, that must be it.
That probably was the main trigger.
Trigger.
Sorry, trying to keep up with the young people talk.
Yeah, they turning out all the kids into these pansy-ass triggered. Look at Dr. Rox.
Says, oops, LOL.
All these young kids into pansy-ass
Yeah. Well, she was very mad at her dad for opening up all the Barbies because she had them organized and put up nice, and they weren't in the way. But yeah, that's my backup. So, how about you, Dr. Rock? What collections do you have in or out of the box? And while we're waiting for his answer, what triggered? Well, other than me, what got you to not open things up? Because you had a few things.
That's it.
So everything you own has been opened?
I suppose. I mean, I get stuff to use it, display it. Well, I used to get stuff to use it, display it. Now your obsession with not opening boxes has rubbed off on me. So if I wanted to open one of these NECA Jasons, I want to get another one so I can keep the first one sealed. Yeah. But I could have worse habits.
He could be joining me in my habit right now, but he's not.
Oh,
he's a good boyfriend.
Beth also got Pinhead NECA figure. I'm just sitting here trying to think of other ones. Pinhead, which that one was hard to find where the pins aren't, where some of the pins aren't effed up, and that's a difficult figure because the pins are so.
They're so small.
They're so small and like easily bent or breakable or.
And then I think I also got you. What is it? The Fear.
Scream.
The Scream characters. I think I got you two of those.
NECA put out two different versions of this ghost face, like one in a box and the other on like a whatever they call it, the plastic card or whatever they call it. And Beth got both of those. They also put out closed versions of like Freddy from.
Oh yeah.
It's weird because the boxed ones are only like 1 through 3 Freddy, but they go beyond 3 with like some of these clothed Freddys, like
from the different movies.
Yeah, like Bon Appetit bitch from 5 and his little suit
and the chef
waiter
hat
thing, and then the him in the from 4 in the doctor's gown or whatever.
Yep, the doctor's gown.
And then they got a new Nightmare Freddy that's in clothes with the trench coat and everything. So that's just weird. That's cool.
Well, maybe they decided that those were more popular.
You want to read what Dr. Rock says?
So Dr. Rock answered my question. Thank you. He said, a lot of NECA, some displayed. My favorite is the 18-inch Part 4 Jason by NECA. Remind me, which one's the Part 4 Jason? Oh, is that the one that we're looking at right now?
Yeah, but mine's not the 18-inch. It's the small one. Yeah,
that's not 18 inches. So where'd you find that?
Probably online. We'll see if he answers. Yeah, I eyed that for a while, but I'm like, I don't need that. But I'm glad you got it. That looked cool. So it's an 18-inch version of that right there.
That's what, 6 or 7 inches?
Yeah, I don't know.
So it looks like Dr. Rock said, lucky I missed out on those Freddies.
Oh.
Target's got them again, but I don't know what location you're at.
Beth got some of them at Target, but I imagine every Target's different.
Oh, the clothed ones I got at the card shop.
But I think you got the new Nightmare at Target though. The new Nightmare Freddy.
That might have been what started it. Just look at different card shops, or even GameStop if you have one near you. They might have them because that's where I found a lot of my NECA It figures. That's kind of what got me started. Was GameStop.
As much as we don't want to give GameStop any publicity or advertisement.
They're not a horrible place, but they're not the best place either. I mean, they're out to make a buck like anyone else. But that's where, we're giving Target advertisement. Why not?
Yeah, Target's
GameStop. And then the card shop. I don't know. It's kind of a local card shop. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, well, we're not going to say it anyway to keep our location a secret.
Yeah, but I'd say look at the smaller places where you don't think they'd sell them.
Oh, Beth's going to read what Dr. Rock says.
Dr. Rock says we don't really have those stores near us. Sucks.
Well, Sorry. That does suck.
I guess. I don't know. Come up to Minnesota. They're everywhere.
Oh my God. Or down.
You trip on them. There's so many of the targets. So, I don't know.
Oh, well, money saved.
Money saved. I mean, those figures.
Oh, they're way too expensive.
But to see the smile on your face is kind of fun.
It's worth you wasting your money on them. Oh.
Who says I'm wasting money now that you're keeping them in the container?
Spending your money, okay.
Now that you're keeping in the box, it's an investment.
I wonder when they do Great Reset how they're going to take the figures away.
You know, good luck with that, because they're going to have to like put me 6 feet under before they take away my It figures.
Well,
Those were hard to find.
I'd say that. So
I think we ended up buying me one online because I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was obsessed with getting the whole collection.
Yeah, she was like, buy it online, please. I'll pay you.
Well, I did. Did I pay you back? I think I did. Might have had some interest in it.
Yeah, I think I even got a fee for doing it for you.
Yeah. We'll keep that to ourselves.
Oops.
But looks like we have people joining us. We're about 36 and a half minutes in. So hello to the new listeners. Join and chat whenever you want. It'd be amazing to hear from you.
We lost one.
Well, maybe the one is that one that keeps trying to think we're some kind of storyline.
I wonder what happens if, on their end, when you block someone, if they know it or they just keep typing and no one sees it. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying hello to the new people, and thanks for joining us on the Nate and Beth show.
Dr. Rock says I see 4 now. Yeah, we did 2, and now we're down to 3.
That's okay.
Jose says bye. Thanks for the huge contribution to the show. Bye.
Well, listening is a big contribution. Maybe he's telling his friends about us, and maybe he's the shy kind.
Could be.
So at least Jose said bye. So thank you for joining us, Jose. Who else is here? I don't know. We got Dr. Rock for sure. I don't know. So Dr. Rock, here's kind of a fun question. If money were no object, what figures would you go hog wild on and just buy all that you could? As Nate leaves to do something. We're in the new 3-season porch location, so he might be going to get a drink of water from the kitchen. But yeah, that could be for anybody who decides to join chat. If money were no object, really, what figures or genre would you make a huge collection of and display or not display? Keep to yourself or show your friends? See, personally, I'd like to one day be able to display all my It figurines, try to get them in order as to the movies and sequences. So I think that'd be kind of fun. Obviously in the box. Oh, that's another one that I found, the Annabelle in the box. Yeah. So that was fun. So Dr. Rock answers probably some more horror stuff, especially the NECA. Rare.
No, he says especially the rare.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. So, like, what kind of horror are you into, Dr. Rock? I am not as familiar with this channel as Nate is, as it's his channel.
I haven't done a radio show in a while, so...
But they're also based on, aren't the people from the Huge Movie Fanatics radio part of your Huge Movie Fanatics review page?
Well, I don't think Dr. Rock really comments much on the videos, which is fine. It's formerly a free country. Well, I don't think it's ever free. Of course, we don't know if he's even in the U.S. of poop. U.S. of a-hole.
Yeah, but I think it'd be cool to get my hands on some of the rare figures from NECA. There's some really cool ones.
Oh,
I was looking at because the little card shop by my sister's house had a maybe 1 inch Freddy glove in a little box.
I don't understand that. She said she saw a 1-inch Freddy glove in a box.
And I should have bought it,
Do
but
you know who the hell made it?
no.
It just sounds so weird to me.
I should go back and see if it's still there.
A 1-inch Freddy glove.
It's just this little tiny thing.
It's almost like, what did they do? Just rip it off a Freddy figure and put it in a box and trying to sell it?
Well, no, it was packaged.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Maybe it was because it's the ones that the clothed figures. So maybe it's like an accessory to those.
The first thing that comes to my mind is, like I just said, did the comic shop rip off a glove off a figure and trying to sell it separately? And
no, it's professionally sealed.
Oh, okay. Well, Dr. Rock says he does watch the videos, just don't have much to comment. Well, that's okay. Thanks for watching the videos.
Yeah, his videos are fun to watch. I've watched a couple myself.
Which ones?
I can't. Well, I know I watched the one with you where I helped you find the location. That was interesting.
Oh, yeah. The trauma movie
location.
Review with 3
was it an hour long?
locations. I know. The video is way too long. Oh, well.
Well, Dr. Ruck must know about you to be able to find the Huge Movie Fanatic radio.
He must, yeah.
So just because he doesn't talk much doesn't mean he's not enjoying them.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else said in the comments what he was going to say.
Yeah.
So can't downgrade for that. Well, we are almost 42 minutes into the show. Dr. Rock is
he's got us all to himself.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's cool.
Isn't that funny how this is the most heads up we've given people and the slowest turnout?
Yeah, didn't last time we give like a 15-minute warning and 5 or 6 people showed up? Let's see here. Dr. Rock said, I like your old school theater pictures and laser discs.
Thank you. So do I.
So let's expand on that. Old school theater? I don't know what that means.
He might be talking about the most recent video that's up. I got some promotional photos from Friday the 13th Part 2, black and white 8x10 stills from scenes.
Oh.
So those came out 40 years ago to promote the theatrical release of the movie. I showed those. That's the last video I did. I showed those in a video.
Apparently we hit the nail on the head because Dr. Rock says yes, those.
Yeah, I've got another video I'll show the color 8x10 lobby cards of Part 2, but the ones I showed are probably more rare than just the 8x10 color lobby cards. And they're cooler in a way because they have on the back a little piece of paper that's glued to the back and a synopsis of little thing that explains the picture, Like, these two characters stumble across a corpse in Paramount Pictures thriller Friday the 13th Part 2,
They don't stumble across a corpse.
Well, a corpse of a dog.
Oh, yeah.
These characters have a campsite in the demonic thriller Friday the 13th Part 2 that's not demonic at all.
It's really not.
I know I got to show you these pictures that I've got, I don't know how many I got, but like 4 or 5 of them say the word demonic on them. Like the demonic, she's being attacked by the demonic maniac. And it's like, what the fuck? This isn't Exorcist.
I mean, he's undead, but I don't think he's demonic.
What did they say on the Exorcist promotional photos then? This hillbilly character in the bed who pukes up, pea soup is wearing the sack over her head in the overalls in this backwoods movie Exorcist.
Yeah. That's a real head turner.
Ooh.
Get your crucifix. That's more no, gosh, I keep getting those mixed up.
Well, she's dyslexic, everyone. Or dyslexic tendencies.
Dyslexic tendencies.
Dr. Rock is having fun.
Well, I get Friday the 13th and Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street mixed up. Well, I know the Friday. I did it again.
Yep.
The Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street is the little children's rhyme, like 1, 2.
Jason's coming for you. Oh.
That's not Jason.
I'm making fun of you.
Yeah, what is it? 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, get your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again.
Wow.
There it is. That
That's
was fun.
from which Friday the 13th?
All of them. All of them.
You didn't hear? Did you hear my? I said
Which
Friday
the 13th?
I said Friday.
Oh, none of them.
Jeez.
They're all Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm so glad Dr. Rock is having fun laughing out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of my contribution to the sing-along. It's not really singing. It's more repeating the childhood rhyme. I think that was kind of cute how they came up with that, though, because wasn't Freddy the child killer?
Yeah,
molester
they kept it on the molesting detail on the down low key. I never knew that until the stupid remake came out. I never knew about the molestation part, so they just called him a filthy child murderer in the movies from the 80s.
And the children are paying for the parents' mistakes.
Yep, that's the way it works.
So, any questions from Dr. Rock, who seems to have our sole attention? But I don't know. Here's a fun question. So what got you into horror? Because as a child, weren't you like, didn't want to get into it?
Yeah, when I saw the VHSs in the horror section at video stores, I was kind of disgusted and scared, and I was asked myself, who the hell would ever watch any of this shit? So it was kind of this innocent curiosity. And, when you get older, you get a little more daring, and it's kind of all about, instead of doing drugs and starting smoking at a young age, I never started doing that stuff at all ever, but it was more like, ooh, I'm going to get into horror movies at a young age. So it's like, ooh, I'm not supposed to be watching this at 11 and 12. And
also it was more the curiosity, what can you get away with? Yeah.
But, being a kid who was, more of a loner in school and stuff, you had all these bullies. And I think a lot of it was, maybe as a kid when you're watching these horror movies, you're putting bullies' faces on the victims and stuff. And they take that, you motherfucker.
That's true.
And maybe it was a way to get some of that angst out and stuff. But I also just, in general, I think I'm just a horror fan. It's just, I just love the genre. It's just such a great genre, I think.
It's fun. Looks like Dr. Rock answered my question. He said, hey, I'll get to the next person in just a minute. So Dr. Rock answered, it's funny, I sang that to my daughter the other day. I changed the lyrics to get her ready for school.
Wow.
Oh, fun. Now reading Dr. Rock's comment, I see that Will Powell says good evening, and good evening to you with a smiley face.
Probably, is it like 1:45 in the UK? 1 a.m.? Is it like possibly?
Yeah, well, how would you change the lyrics to get ready for school?
Yeah, I was going to say sing it for us, but I realized you're...
You could almost type it for us, but that would take a while.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Maybe on a... Yeah, Will Powell said it's nearly 1 a.m.
Probably 12:49 in the UK a.m., I would imagine.
Well, good evening / good morning, Will Powell. It's honor, as always, to have you on our chat, the Nate and Beth show. Almost 49 minutes in, 49 and a half minutes
almost
in.
50 minutes into the show, and like the first, 20 minutes, like no one really showed up.
Well, we had Dr. Rock show up.
That's true.
So he kept us entertained. I guess you can kind of see how you can change almost any childhood lyric into something that you want. But yeah, I think to answer my own question, we're talking about what got us into horror movies. I think mine was more, I wasn't, yeah, kind of the same. I wasn't supposed to stay up late and watch them. And
And of course, that makes you want to.
yeah, I think I might have said this in another show. I would be sent to bed earliest because I was the baby. And looks like we got Gary
wow.
Page saying hi, Nate and Beth. Hello, Mr. Gary Page.
Welcome.
So it was more of what can I get away with? So I would sneak out of the room real quiet and they were watching Friday the 13th, the TV series.
Shoot.
Which was the possessed or demonic items that they had to put into storage facilities so the general public wouldn't get killed by the objects. And looks like Dr. Rock said he can't remember.
Oh, whoops. Hold on.
And then Nate popped open a window, so I can't really read all of the chat right now.
Okay, he said.
So Dr. Rock said, I can't remember but something like 1, 2, put on your shoes, 3, 4, get out the door. I don't remember the rest, but she was laughing. That's so cute.
That's funny. And then, while I go do something, I'll let you read Will Powell's.
What does Will Powell have to say? 3 movies that got me into horror movies. An American Werewolf in London, Alien, and The Terminator, all classics. Actually, I hadn't watched American Werewolf in London until Nate. Nate and I watched it, a year, maybe 2 ago. And that was pretty fun. I'd heard about it, and I'd never really watched it. So I enjoyed watching it. The transformation from human to werewolf was pretty realistic. And the fact that when he was no longer the werewolf, when he became human again, his confusion was generally believable. So, and then Alien's a cool movie. And then The Terminator, I don't know. I'm not a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, but he was pretty cool in The Terminator. I like the effects and the futuristic idea of that kind of protector. So looks like we got 4 people, because we're number 1, joining us about 53 minutes in. Thank you everybody for showing up. We're just kind of talking about what got us into horror movies in general. Like I said, I got into mine by sneaking out of my bedroom to watch the Friday the 13th TV series. I think I was, 9 or 10. And then my mom saw me, and she's like, okay, if you can watch this without any nightmares, then you can stay up late with your siblings. And so I stayed up, probably fell asleep halfway through the show because I was tired, but didn't have any nightmares. So that weekend, we rented Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. And yeah, that one gave me nightmares.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What'd you see? A Nightmare on Elm Street? The
first Nightmare on Elm Street. And that actually gave me nightmares. So Will Powell said, yeah, the movie American Werewolf in London is it's a very odd tone and nightmarish. Yeah, it's the English version.
The English version? What are you talking about?
London, like that kind of
having it take place there?
That more proper way of having people react to this nightmare. So
yeah, I liked its sense of humor and stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know what I Love Asterisk
Oh,
means.
he must have said instead of move, he probably meant I love American Werewolf. He actually wrote I move American Werewolf accidentally.
Oh, got you. I'm still getting used to this chat reading.
See what I mean? That's why I had to take a break. It's hell.
Yeah. When did we watch American Werewolf in London, you and I? Was it a year, maybe 2 ago?
I don't know.
It was very proper. Wasn't it black? No, it's not black
very
and white.
proper. What?
It is. Maybe I'm getting it confused with another movie.
It's not very proper. There's boobs all over the place.
Wow.
And blood. Very proper. I'd be interested to know what the hell you're thinking of. Hills have, or you're probably thinking of Sound of Music.
No, that is a nightmare though. So Dr. Rock says, my dad would let us kids watch horror. The movie The Hand made me checking under my bed for weeks. The Hand.
I think I've got it on VHS, but I don't remember it.
That might be a fun one to watch on VHS with the working VHS that you still have. And if not, I have mine at my place. It's so...
Working VHS player, you mean?
Yeah.
You said working VHS.
Working VHS player. The Hand, yeah, sounds like was it Thing from Addams Family that can independently crawl around and
maybe that's what it is.
Strangle you? Maybe.
Probably.
Like I just love the 1940s and 50s horror. They're kind of hokey, but for the time, I could see it being scary.
I think The Hand is more recent. I don't think that's from the 50s.
Okay, maybe it's from the 70s or 80s, but definitely not the 90s, or else I would have known about it. So, sounds like your dad liked to torture you with horror movies, which is a really awesome dad, if you ask me. I think I got my kids watching horror when they were 9 or 10. So, Joseph Wilson says Michael Caine.
Maybe he's in The Hand. I don't know if I've ever seen Joseph Wilson in the chat before.
And Dr. Rock says, I think it was 1980.
Yeah, that might be right.
Sounds about right. And then Will Powell says, the scene where the Nazi werewolves burst into the living room with machine guns was very disturbing to me.
Yeah.
Anything with Nazis and machine guns is very disturbing. They did hit a few political points in that movie. Well, all movies have their political points of view hidden or straight up.
And that guy who played the lead in that movie, he did a song that's featured in the Meatballs movie. David Naughton, I guess, was like a singer. Because remember the Bill Murray movie Meatballs? There's like a song, like a disco kind of song in it, and it's like sung by David Naughton. Oh. He's the main guy who gets turned into the werewolf. So I didn't know that.
Yeah, I might have to rewatch American Werewolf in London to make sure I'm not confusing it with another movie.
Well, I heard you talking about it was very realistic how he was afterwards.
Kind of disoriented.
Yeah, so it must be taken as the right movie.
Is American Werewolf in London in black and white, or is it color?
Color.
Because I'm thinking of a black and white movie.
Oh, shit.
What?
Dr. Rock says, is someone eating candy? I might be. I very well might be having a Snickers ice cream bar, but maybe I'm just pretending like I'm having it.
You must hear the rapper. It must be a pretty good microphone we got going on tonight. It might possibly be his second one. As he crinkles the wrapper in front of the mic. No, that was not static. That was Nate being a playful individual. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid candy. Candy's not my friend anymore. So, any favorite scenes from American Werewolf in London that you can recall?
No. I guess one that's genuinely scary is on the moors or whatever when they're, of course, if Beth is thinking of a different movie, she's not going to understand what I'm talking about. But at night when they're walking from the pub or whatever and they hear the scary sounds in the darkness, that's actually scary as all shit. That might be one of the scariest scenes in a movie.
I like the hidden horror. Maybe that's why I liked. We opened this
Go ahead.
show talking about the movie we just recently watched together, Mountain.
Let's see if you can remember it.
Hilltop Mountain Motel Massacre.
Okay, well, that's
Close
our
enough?
dyslexia, everyone. But anyway, keep that thought. I was going to say, you might be thinking about the movie from the early 30s by Universal. It's called The Werewolf. What's it called? Werewolf of London or something like that. That might be what you're thinking of. Will Powell didn't know that about David Naughton. Yeah, like on YouTube, probably search like making it on David Naughton. You'll probably be able to come up with it. It's like this disco theme that's featured in the movie Meatballs. Yeah, just like, okay then. Unless it's a different David Naughton, but
I'm pretty sure it's the same one. Little known fact. And Will Powell comments, cool. And we got Wade Wilson saying, hi. Hello, Wade. Just past an hour in. We weren't planning on staying this late, but now that we've got all these fun people.
Have a good night. See you, everyone.
Maybe go for another half an hour.
Or more. We'll see.
Or more. This is fun. It's been a while since we've had a Nate and Beth show, so I kind of feel bad. Because it's mostly because I don't really want to do it. I had a bad week or whatever, and I don't want to take it out on the show. But no, we opened up the show by talking about Hilltop. No, not Hilltop.
I want to hear you say the title.
I'm about to go get the cover to say it right. Mountaintop Motel Massacre.
Oh, wow.
Did I say it right?
Yeah. What about it?
That's kind of how we opened the show, talking about my reaction to it. It was kind of slow.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Little touch of Friday the 13th, little touch of Crawl Space, and definite Psycho in there. I mean, just kind of repeating what I said earlier, this rundown cabins on possibly the top of a mountain. It's a old woman who was released from a mental ward. Like
yeah,
she was,
I don't think they even say what she was in there for.
Why she was in there, but she was in a crazy house for about 10 years and was released. And they kind of pick up after she was released, and she's got her daughter somehow living with her. And I guess her daughter seemed to be contacting her dad, and the mom went all crazy, killed the daughter, which kind of started the dramatics. And this vacant motel that's probably gets one, maybe two people a year, all of a sudden had all of the cabins filled
on a rainy night.
And the owner,
dark and stormy night.
The owner, who was released from the psych ward, just goes hog wild crazy. And yes, there are survivors, but that's kind of how we started out our chat.
Why are you saying how we started out? Just for fun?
Just for fun.
So Will Powell says, what happened to David Naughton? I only know him from American Werewolf. Yeah, that's a good question. I think he may have been in stuff after. Oh, you know what? I've seen him in this stupid direct-to-video Amityville movie in the early 90s. It might be Amityville New Generation or something. Yeah, he's in a direct-to-video Amityville movie in the early 90s. So that's what happened to him.
I think I've seen that Amityville.
Well, that's because our time is precious, and I'm not going to watch that Amityville.
Okay. But maybe one of these nights we can rewatch American Werewolf in London to refresh my memory.
Yeah, I'm thinking the one you're confusing it with is the movie from the early 30s called Werewolf of London or something like that.
I remember being black and white.
Yeah, that must be the one you're thinking of. Yeah. which I like that one too. I actually like that more than Wolfman, which has got the Lon Chaney Jr.
And that got a lot of press.
Yeah, that's one of those classic, quote unquote, classic Universal monster movies. I mean, I don't dislike the Wolfman. I just like Werewolf of London more. I
think the Werewolf of London was kind of a rare find for people, like a sleeper.
Well,
but when you see it, you're like, oh.
The only reason I ever saw it at all is because, back in the, if it was 06 or 05 or 06 or 07 or something, Universal put out like what I think they might have called them the Legacy Collection DVDs. So if you bought the Wolfman, it came with all of the other Wolfman movies. If you bought Creature from the Black Lagoon, it came with the other ones. If you bought, Frankenstein, it came with the other ones. So when I got Wolfman, it came with
American Werewolf in London.
No, Werewolf of London.
Oh, possibly. Yeah. No, it wasn't a collection set. We were kind of going through our vampire stage, werewolf stage, mummy stage, Invisible Man stage. Let's see.
Dr. Rock says, referring to Amityville New Generation, he says it was on HBO a lot in the 80s. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Maybe
Pennywise it or
no,
the movie?
I think who knows which movie he's talking about. Maybe Werewolf of London. It's hard to know.
Yeah.
Something was on HBO a lot in the 80s.
HBO had a lot of things going on in the 80s.
Oh, okay. He's talking about American Werewolf in London. Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, I didn't have cable or HBO in the 80s. I was a kid who watched what mom put on the TV.
Go to bed now. Mom's got a movie from the X-rated room.
Oh, she did that too.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yes,
I was just kidding.
No, she'd make sure to get rid of all of the children. I had 2 older siblings, and we all went to bed amazingly at 9 o'clock when she wanted to watch her movies. So, yeah.
I'll let Beth weed this.
Weed Wade Wilson's? Can I weed Wade Wilson's?
Yeah.
See, Wade Wilson says when... Wow, that's a lot of W's. When HBO gave its free sample out every so often, we'd watch Tales from the Crypt on HBO. I love that's a memory right there. The Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
Tales from the Crypt, which led to. Did you ever watch Tales from the Dark Side, or maybe it was called The Dark Side?
No, there was something called that as well.
Yeah, there's Tales from the Crypt with the Crypt Keeper, and kind of a goofy guy, and I love the short little horror clips. That's so many memories. Many memories. Yeah, that was a good one.
Good.
But then I think after Tales from the Crypt, we'd watch Tales from the Dark Side. It's kind of the same genre, only they didn't have like a host. And it was kind of like Twilight Zone, but strictly horror. And it was just fun. I think I call my horror movies comedies, and I call comedies horror movies because comedies are just not very scary.
Even kids' movies are horror movies because they just traumatize. Remember last year we watched Short Circuit 1 and 2, and it's like
you want to cry.
They're much more traumatizing to watch Short Circuit 1 and 2 than any of the Saw movies. It's like they bashed Johnny Five to shit in Short Circuit 2, and he's pleading, no, don't hit me anymore.
Johnny Five alive.
There goes his eye. No, please. I mean, that's worse than anything in any of the Saw movies, especially if the kids are watching it.
Oh, I know.
God.
Disney's so evil.
No, those aren't Disney movies.
Is it? Well, Pixar.
That's before Pixar. This is the 80s. Anyway, the Short Circuit movies were kids' movies. We'll put it that way.
You want to watch a horror movie? Watch Little Mermaid. Seriously, they're just scary. Dr. Rock said The Hitcher, and Hitcher was another good HBO series like Tales from the Crypt. I never watched The Hitcher.
Huh.
Did you watch The Hitcher?
Well, I never had HBO.
Oh, do you know about The Hitcher?
Just the movie.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen the movie. I probably should.
Oh, that might be something to look up. Maybe it might be on Tubi or YouTube.
It could be.
So you found a movie that not even huge movie fanatic Nate knows about. He's heard about it.
Can't see everything.
Yeah, you can.
I've heard of. No, I can't. I've heard about a lot of stuff.
Hitcher. Maybe that was like a hitchhiker. Maybe
Yeah.
everywhere he went, there was dismay and terror. I don't know. It'd be nice to get a quick synopsis on the Hitcher, like a description.
We don't have to. You
I'm
expecting
curious.
people to type you a synopsis in the chat for you?
Well, I mean, guy on the road. I
Yeah.
mean, something quick, like a sentence or two.
Sentence or two. Some guy getting hitchhiking is a maniac. There.
See if I've got the right idea.
Okay.
Dr. Rock said, oh, that's the same comment I just read. Thought there was an answer to that.
She's hoping there's an answer, so much so that she wished your same comment was. Okay, so I'll let Beth read this.
Wade Wilson says, Pat Carroll, who voiced Ursula in Little Mermaid, also voiced Grandma in Garfield cartoon. That would make sense. And she's still alive. She was born in 1927, 3 years older than your own grandma. Wow. That's amazing.
Dr. Rock, yeah, I am thinking of the Hitcher with C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer. I've seen that one clip on YouTube of some goofy, funny. It looks like it's got a goofy, funny sense of humor with Rutger Hauer effing with the C. Thomas Howell character at a diner or something. So I probably should see the Hitcher.
I might have to look that up. Willpower said, I loved the other.
He says, and it's Will Powell.
Will Powell.
Okay.
Sorry. Wade Wilson, Will Powell. I apologize for mixing up your names.
What did he do?
Will Powell looked the other day to see if there was any shark thriller movies before Jaws. There wasn't, LOL, ha ha ha. Yeah, Jaws was the first one.
Oh, wow.
Kinda
There's plenty after, though, huh?
Kind of opened up the Under the Sea. Well, no.
Well,
the shark one. But no, there were Under the Sea ones before Jaws.
Under the Sea movies, but he's talking about Shark Attack movies.
Oh, hey, Will Powell actually answered. He said The Hitcher was pretty decent. Completely loses its way towards the end in any opinion.
In my opinion.
But overall decent. Dr. Rock says The Hitcher is an awesome for sure. Watch it. You'll really love it. So you're not really answering my question, though. I mean, is The Hitcher like a hitchhiker that causes chaos?
Probably a crazy hitchhiker.
Did someone who escaped an asylum? I don't know. But apparently I'm going to have to watch The Hitcher to answer my own question.
No, you could read the synopsis on the World Wide Internet. Not right now.
I could do that too, I suppose. Sounds like The Hitcher's interesting.
Well, to one person and not so interesting to another.
Well, I don't know. Wade Wilson says, have either of you watched Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps, the TV series from the 90s?
I don't think so.
I read the books, Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps, and then we did recently watch the Goosebumps movie. Was it
Oh, that was a while ago.
Was it the movie, The Goosebumps, or was that? No, what was Are You Afraid of the Dark? One of them actually became a movie, and we watched it with the kids.
Yeah, we probably saw Goosebumps, but since it was
they're so
a recent
close.
movie, it's just like all the other recent movies. In my opinion,
yeah. Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps are kind of very closely related, but I read all the books I could get my hands on.
Gary Page says The Hitcher is a classic.
You guys are just torturing me, aren't you? That's okay. Having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaned over.
Yeah, he's giving me that. I'm leaning into me, kind of. Maybe you're tired.
Are you uncomfortable?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
then
not
I'll
uncomfortable.
resume.
So The Hitcher is a classic that I've never seen. Doesn't have HBO. You guys are teasing me. But I guess that's what chat's for, to tease the lady host.
Yep.
But looks like we got 5 people, well, 4 people other than us. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you the future listeners. It's always fun to know that people are enjoying the Nate and Beth show after the fact, and hopefully someone comments.
Uh-oh.
Will Powell says The Hitcher has a lot of gay undertones. Now I'm kind of very curious about this Hitcher.
Oh, well, we're watching Front Page tonight.
Well, there's always tomorrow morning.
Well, the Blu-ray's not going to just show up and air tomorrow.
Well, maybe it's on YouTube or Tubi.
Anybody know if it's on YouTube or Tubi? We're too lazy to look. Order us a pizza, too.
Pepperoni.
Yep.
Half green olive. Yum, yum, yum.
Okay.
Why
don't we just be nice since some people showed up? We can go for another 45 minutes, can't we? 2 hours.
So. I think
we'll go another 40. Well, at this point, it's 44 minutes. We'll go another 44 minutes because people actually showed up finally 40 minutes into the show.
Well, they have lives, and maybe they had their time zones mixed up. Wade Wilson says, a couple of months ago, I finished up watching Friday the 13th TV series, and my family re-enjoyed that show. Oh, my father. My apologies. My father really enjoyed that show. Yeah, the TV series was definitely different than the movies.
That's
it was
what I hear.
The possessed items. Is that available?
Yeah, it's on DVD. Why are you going to buy me it? Oh.
I think so. I mean, that's
Thanks, Wade. I got the series for free.
Yeah. You're going to have to pay for it. We'll talk about those terms later. So is it like the whole... How many TV series did they come? Seasons?
It's either 2 or 3 seasons of Friday the 13th, I think.
I know it wasn't on the TV very long.
Oh, you know what I've watched a little bit of on? I got the Blu-ray collection of Nightmare on Elm Street. Hold that thought before you read the comment. I watched I think they got on that Blu-ray collection of Nightmare. Did I say Friday the 13th?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Whatever I said, the Blu-ray collection of Nightmare on Elm Street has like a couple of the episodes from the Freddy TV show. I can't remember what it's called right now. Freddy's Nightmares. And the second episode, it's got the second episode on there, and it's actually got the girl from Friday the 13th Part 7 who's got the telekinetic powers.
Oh,
that was crazy. So that was cool. And it's like right around the same time that Friday 7 came out. Okay, go ahead.
Sounds like Wade Wilson answered that the Friday the 13th TV series is 3 seasons. Pretty short. Then Gary Page chimed in and said, have just got Bill Rebane box set. The man is a legend.
I got that too. Gary, you must know that I briefly knew Bill Rebane, right? Maybe not. If you watch some of my reviews of some of the Bill Rebane movies, I mentioned it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you knew that or not, but I briefly knew Bill Rebane. I did this short that he liked, so I drove up to meet him in northern Wisconsin. Gary Page says no. Okay.
And Dr. Rock says The Hitcher is on Hulu.
Do you have to pay for Hulu? I think so.
I think you might. You do not have a Hulu?
Why would I have a Hulu?
I don't know. Well, that's kind of a bummer, but maybe it's on Tubi. We can look for it. I'll just have to figure out the Hitcher. Maybe I'll put it in. Maybe we can. Would it possibly be at like Half Price Books?
Yeah, the DVD.
The DVDs. I mean, it's from the 80s. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
So anyway, if you look at my review of Invasion from Inner Earth, I think I talk a little bit about meeting Bill, and I think I have this picture I took of him holding up the DVD and with the thumbs up of my short. So and then in the description of that video, my review of Invasion from Inner Earth, you can see I put a link to that short that he liked that I made by the name of Redwoods. But which Bill Rebane movies in that collection do you like the most? I think my favorite is the Alpha Incident. You actually got John Goff and George Buck Flower. They're funny. I actually haven't seen Trister's Revenge or the game yet. I just wish Rana and Capture Bigfoot were in that collection, but obviously rights issues and things like that are what makes that impossible. Invasion from Inner Earth really has pretty winter scenery, but other than that, it's just like not a whole hell of a lot going on. Alpha Incident is funny, and it's actually a little kind of mirrors the times we're unfortunately in these days. If you watch it now, it's a little too close to home, but Bill's probably proud of that.
Catch me up.
Oh, great. Now I got to repeat everything I said.
No, just catch me up.
I was just talking about some of my favorite Bill Rebane movies in the new Blu-ray collection. It's nice to actually own like the uncut version of Alpha Incident with the topless scenes.
Well, of course you'd remember
You
that.
wanted me to catch you up.
I suppose I asked for that.
Because I think all the versions I'd seen of Alpha Incident up until the Blu-ray all cut out the topless stuff.
Oh, bummer.
But John Goff and Buck Flower are a hoot in that movie. I couldn't believe that the guy who the star power in Alpha Incident was, shoot, I can't remember his name right now. But shoot, I wish I could remember his name. But the guy who was in second billing in Stanley Kubrick's Past the Glory. Oh, Ralph Meeker. Yeah, Ralph Meeker is actually in Alpha Incident, and he's kind of the Donald Pleasance of the movie, being the, has-been former bigger star. I didn't know when I saw Alpha Incident that Ralph Meeker was, had been anyone, before, but later on I was like, holy crap, he's second billing after Kirk Douglas and Stanley Kubrick's Past the Glory, Ralph Meeker. And then he was in all kinds of other stuff like Kiss Me Deadly, I don't think I've seen before. But Ralph Meeker and John Goff and Buck Flower are really fun in Alpha Incident, and so is it Stafford Morgan? He's fun. That's probably one of the better Bill Rebane movies. I'm partial to Rana, The Legend of Shadow Lake as well, because that's all, in a beautiful lake environments and woods and stuff. I just wish, I'm pretty sure Troma owns the rights to Rana right now, and they put it out as Croaked Frog Monster from Hell, and I just wish that there could be a decent Blu-ray released of Rana.
I liked Rana.
And Capture Bigfoot is pretty good too. I don't think I showed you that was filmed in the winter, and that other one that's featured in the Blu-ray box set, which is it's that goofy one that takes place in the winter. Shoot, with the possessed piano. I hadn't seen that until I got the Blu-ray box set. That's kind of fun too.
Possessed piano.
Yeah, what the hell is it? Demons of Ludlow. Yeah. Not a lot of people have been saying much for a while, but that's okay.
They're listening.
They're listening. But yeah, I sent Bill Rebane the short called Redwoods that I did in 2005. I sent actually Crispin Glover and Bill Rebane the DVD, and then like a couple days later, my mom knocked on the door. I was at my mom's house and spending the weekend, and she's like, the movie guy is on the phone, and I'm like, I instantly just, it was probably early in the morning, like 9 or 10. And
that's early for me.
And I instantly just sprung awake. I'm like, oh my God, Crispin Glover or Bill Rebane's on the phone. And I found out it was Bill, and he wanted to
meet with you.
He was so excited about my short. He's like, yeah, I want to. I guess he wanted to meet because we went up there to meet him, but I don't know why we actually went up there in retrospect. when I got up there, it was kind of clear to me that, he had suffered like a stroke in the late 80s or something. And it was kind of clear to me that any kind of, I think there was this idea of him wanting to collaborate or something, but going up there and meeting him, I kind of quickly realized in one meeting that any kind of collaboration with him wasn't going to be in the cards for me.
But just meeting
But yeah, how cool
epic.
is it meeting this? Well, I wouldn't call.
I would. Yeah, so he just did, low budget movies, but his low budget movies actually touched a lot of the world.
Okay.
And if he were able to be a more sound mind, I think you would have been a lot more popular in the movie world.
Jose Gomez is here again. So what title in your release year do you have for us now?
Oh, leave Jose alone. He's having fun.
We haven't had a lot written in the chat. You haven't missed anything as she returned with, what's this called?
Sherbet.
Sherbet, yeah.
Rainbow sherbet. Got lemon, lime, and orange. Yum, yum, yum. Kind of my candy.
Gary Page says the guy, referring to Bill Rebane, made films his way. Yep, that's for sure.
That's true.
Gosh, Gary, did you watch Monster A Go-Go? That's really painful. Oh my God, I don't probably never ever watch it again. And no, we can't watch it because I just said I'll never watch it again. Beth looked at me like with interest. Okay, maybe I'll see it one more time and take some drugs before. It's just a boring movie. But Bill makes a cameo in Monster A Go-Go.
So it's not a Bill Rebane movie?
Well, he filmed most of it, but I think someone else, Herschel Gordon Lewis or something, filmed other scenes and kind of recut it to make it what he wanted to do or something like that. But yeah, I got that Bill Rebane box set as well. I'm kind of it's hard for me to review box sets because I feel like I gotta do all the movies in a row, and I don't know. I hope I can review the box set in those movies this year before I go into hibernation for the winter.
Hibernation.
Hibernation.
Yeah, even I have a hard time getting a hold of him when he's in hibernation.
Yep. Well, it looks like chat's kind of slowing down, which is fine.
Well, we have 6
No
people.
No one owes us anything. Except Wade.
What does Wade owe us? He gave us the fact that there's 3 seasons of Nightmare on Elm Street. No, not Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh my God, she did it again.
Friday the 13th, the TV series. I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay, well, especially if I'm gifted it.
I gotta find it first.
Wade says, starting the storm in Joyzy. I hope I don't lose connection. Yeah,
Aww.
So do I, because you probably missed something amazing.
Well, there's always the replay whenever you want.
Yeah, you can always listen to it after the fact. I'd say probably about just over 30 minutes left of the show, unless we get hundreds of people that show
Which
up.
I doubt. I just hate ending when we've got people.
Yeah, isn't it ironic? It takes us like 40 minutes to actually get like 5 or 6 people listening, and then, oh well.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, if anyone listening now live wants to hear us bitch about our camping experience in the past week, please listen to the beginning of the show.
Uh-oh, we got a hitchhiker,
We
but
got a
why is their
hitchhiker.
thumbs down? Maybe a bot, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I would imagine possibly. Well, I may have blocked someone early in the show. Maybe it's them. Someone was being belligerent. When people just talk about nonsense, I'm too old for that crap. Well, thank you, Wade. He thumbed up to counter the oddball thumb down. Yeah.
Oh, appreciate it. And then Wade Wilson says, "Oh, yeah, we Nate blocked the chat. Someone thought this was some kind of a castle.
It was just sounded like some incoherent teenager in chat. I just blocked him.
Mhm.
I mean, if you say like 3 things in a row and you don't say anything, you're gone. That's my point of view.
But everyone else is safe, including Jose.
I
Hello again, Jose.
don't even block Jose because sometimes I need to be reminded what year New Nightmare came out. She's putting something into my mouth. I want to describe it. What kind of show is this?
The lemon sherbet.
It's a what?
Lemon sherbet.
I'm going to try every one of these 3 flavors, everyone. Now, I kind of liked lemon.
This is lime.
Here comes lime.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm sharing my sherbet with him. Gary Page asked, do you have bears in Minnesota?
The lime for the record, well, I don't think I liked as much as lemon. Go ahead. Now I'm getting orange.
No, this is orange. I have heard of stories of bears in the northern parts of Minnesota, but we're kind of central to mid.
Well, we're not gonna describe where we are, but we're not in the north.
We're not.
I think I like lemon the most.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the kayak in the river once, and I think I told you this though. Mm-hmm. That it sounded like some big, huge crunching on the shore in the woods. That had to have been a bear. It's like crunch, and I could hear this deep, like breathing. That had to have been a bear.
Wade Wilson says, so they definitely have bears. Gary Page chimes in, maybe Bigfoot. I think Nate's Bigfoot.
Thanks.
He clomps around the house pretty heavy. No, there's definitely bears in Minnesota, just not where we happen to reside.
Good.
I've had some coworkers go up to their cabins up north and told the people around them about bear encounters. But no, we're pretty safe where we're at.
From bears, anyway.
From bears. We got a bunch of deer and...
Oh, those are so deadly.
The deer are deadly, yes. They will smash up your car in a heartbeat.
Does Gary Page have any movies that he likes the most out of that Bill Rebane box set?
If he's still listening.
If he's still listening, well, if he isn't, he won't answer either.
I'm playing.
Teasing me with, what's this called? Sherbet?
Teasing him with sherbet. Not quite as loud as his Snickers. But, trying to keep up with chat and
well, it's pretty easy to do because you only get a comment one every 3 minutes, so.
That's because they're busy typing or listening. Thinking of questions to type.
Okay.
Or were you going to talk about our lovely camping trip?
Well, I don't know if I really want to talk about it again unless they want to hear about it. What do you think? Do you want to hear about it or just listen to the beginning later?
Well,
we could
feedback. Summarize it.
Well, we'll get some feedback first. What the hell should we talk about last 30 or 28 minutes? Anyone? They're bored.
Would you like to hear about our lovely camping trip that we already talked about a little bit briefly in the beginning?
No one gives a shit.
Silence. Which is kind of odd. How do we have silence in a chat? But maybe they're all typing at the same time. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite's orange.
I think I like lemon out of that the most.
Let's see. Wade Wilson said, have you ever seen the movie Monster Squad? If so, did you enjoy it?
No, I don't think I've actually seen that one yet. So I guess that's my answer to that.
Monster Squad. No, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Some huge movie fanatics we are.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of it. Is it like a collab of...
Well, yeah. I mean, it's They were doing a lot of those kind of movies in the 80s, like Weird Science and stuff like that. It's probably nothing like it, but that's the only thing I could think of.
I wonder if it's anything like Suicide Squad where they get all the monsters together and they all
it's
defeat
like
the humans.
Comic book crap.
I don't know.
Chat is just like so crickety right now.
People have bad connections.
People are having storms in Jersey.
I was just about to mention that. Well, the tiki light is on. Looks like it's dark enough to get that started.
Well, look at it just went out. I've got a what's it called? Solar powered tiki light that emulates for flames, and it's like it's between light and dark here, so it comes on in the dark, so it's going on and off and on and off. It doesn't know what to do as it's getting dark. Wade says has the big monsters in it, like Werewolf, Frankenstein, Dracula, Mummy, and I believe Creature from the Black Lagoon. Hope that doesn't count as a spoiler. I don't think I'd categorize that as a spoiler. It's just a little synopsis or gives us an idea about it.
And again, would that be something we could watch
for free?
On Tubi or Hulu? No,
Hulu's
we don't
not
have
free.
Hulu.
Tubi or YouTube.
Tubi or YouTube. And Wade Wilson gave us a smile.
Oh, gee.
I'm not sure what that's referring to. Maybe.
Well, he hope it doesn't count as a spoiler smile.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't, but it might turn into one in the future.
Oh. I don't really mind some movies having spoilers.
That's another thing. People make way too big a deal out of movies being spoiled. It's just a movie after all. I think I'm done with.
Okay.
Thanks all the same.
I'm offering him my sherbet and he's done.
I think I'm done. Thanks all the same.
Okay.
She's rejected.
More for me.
Okay. Well, as is so often the case with the show, chat's really slowing down, which will make it not so difficult to end the show in, I don't know, approaching 20 minutes or so.
2 hour mark is kind of a long time.
Wade Wilson says Monster Squad is similar to Goonies, but with monsters. If you enjoy Goonies, you'll probably like Monster Squad. Okay, well, I don't like Goonies at all.
I like Goonies. That was a fun little kid movie.
Okay, well, this is where we differ, which is fine. Different.
Now, Goonies was where they were doing the pirate hunting, right?
Yes.
I always got Goonies and Ghoulies mixed up.
Yeah.
Didn't we watch the Ghoulies after Goonies?
I don't think we've ever watched Ghoulies together.
Okay.
That was the guy who made dolls ripping off Gremlins, trying to capitalize off the success of Gremlins.
Okay, that would make sense.
Yeah.
No, but I'm always interested in some kind of puppety stuff. Well, what did I make you watch the other day? Doll Man. Which Ghoulies is best in your opinion? Asked Wade Wilson.
Oh, I like 3. I think Matt and I have reviewed the 3 Ghoulies movies on this channel. Would have been 6 years ago. I like 3 the best, believe it or not. 1 and 2 I don't really like, but John Carl Buechler directed 3, and he directed the 7th Friday. And I like 3 the best, Ghoulies Go to College, because in the first 2 movies I don't think they talk, and I kind of like them when they talk. They talk in Ghoulies 3 and make stupid jokes and fart and stuff.
Is that where the picture of it is, like in the facility thing? I'm not going to say it.
Oh, toilet?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
is that Ghoulies?
Yeah, he's on the toilet, and the tagline is "He will get you in the end."
Mm-hmm.
Wade says, "Is there only 3 of those films?" There's actually a 4th Ghoulies, which is like a lot newer, which I haven't seen, which is supposed to be really crap. Gary Page says Dull Man is great, and Beth has just recently
watched Dull Man.
Dull Man because I showed her Demonic Toys, and she liked Demonic Toys, and then I said, well, guess what? There's a movie called Dull Man versus Demonic Toys. The only problem is
you gotta watch Dull Man first.
So she sat through Dull Man, and what did she think of it?
See, I was kind of disappointed because I thought Dull Man was going to be a lot like Dolls, but it was kind of cool with the little turnaround of he comes from a planet of, I don't know, 6-inch tall people, and then comes to Earth where there's 6 feet tall people. So it's kind of fun to watch the interaction of this gun blowing people 100 times his height, pretty much to smithereens. That was fun.
So Dr. Rock asked, Critters or Ghoulies? I'd probably go with Critters if I had to go with one of those franchises, just because Critters 1 and 2 were a lot better than pretty much any of the Ghoulies films, in my opinion. But so I'd probably go with Critters.
I've never really watched Ghoulies, so I can't compare.
Have you seen any of the Critters?
You showed me Critters.
No, I don't think we've watched Critters. We should, though.
With the football film and they roll around. You showed me Critters.
Must have watched it 6 years ago then. I don't remember showing you that at all. What did you say? Football what?
I think on a football field.
I don't remember.
Some kind of college campus.
Well, probably not thinking of the right thing. Gary Page says Dolls is another classic. Yeah, Beth and I just rewatched that recently.
Yeah, I love Dolls.
And then Beth can read Wade's because it's too long for me.
So Wade Wilson says Dull Man versus Demonic Toys is a weird movie for me. Most of the movie seems like recaps of Dull Man, Demonic Toys.
Don't forget Bad Channels.
He does say Bad Channel.
Oh, yeah. It's Bad Channels, but yeah. Well,
Close enough.
He said Bade Channel.
Pretty sure it was a typo.
Yeah, I hear you. But to be fair, they could have put a lot more of those movies in the movie. They did a pretty, what's that word? A pretty short recap. A lot shorter than they could have done. There's a word that I'm thinking of. 4-cylinder cars are... Oh, efficient. Yeah. They did the recaps pretty efficiently, I thought. But still, I hear you. I mean, all 3 recaps were probably, 10 minutes total. And then not to mention, 4 3-minute opening and closing credits. And the movie's only an hour and 2 minutes long. It's just whatever. And it's so stupid when they did Dull Man versus Demonic Toys and they actually had the actors acting along with these big, huge guys in toy suits that are just so obviously different and they're moving so slow and stuff. It's just stupid.
But,
And then the guy who, the G.I. Joe that got the balls and the nuts in slow motion and it's he reacts a day later.
It's I'm supposed to react to that. They could have practiced that better.
I know.
I mean, have some kind of cue.
Oh well. It doesn't help that the shot was in slow motion. Then he even reacts even later. Oh my God. I'm in a rude, crude mood. Not me. That's the song from. It's probably. Remember that band that was in the credits, featuring songs by Quiet Riot.
I like Quiet Riot.
Okay. Wade says it sucks they removed the teddy bear monster from Demonic Toys and Dull Man versus Demonic Toys. Wade says, I love Teddy. Beth agrees 100%, don't you? I know. Beth was so excited to see Dull Man versus Demonic Toys, and I had to make sure she knew in advance that guess what? Her favorite
My favorite toy wasn't even in it.
Replaced by
G.I.
Joe wannabe.
G.I. Jerk.
I don't think he's got a name in the movie, but when you watch the behind the scenes, they have a name for him, which is, I can't remember what it is. I want to say it's Psycho something. Psycho Toy. Dr. Rock says, okay, worst horror film you have seen?
Oh my goodness.
This year, we saw it on Tubi. This comes to mind.
Asylum.
Doom Asylum.
Oh, horrible.
That might not be the worst one, but it's the first one that comes to mind. Doom Asylum.
We have yet to find a movie that's worse.
We saw it on Tubi for free in the spring. Maybe it's still on there, maybe not, but go search it. And I just thought it was just garbage.
The makeup was good. Everything else was trash.
Yeah, the quote-unquote attempts at humor in Doom Asylum, in my opinion, was just...
I'd rather watch Friday the 13th. Oh, wait. Friday the... Did it again. Jason doesn't talk. I'd rather watch Friday the 13th on a loop because Freddy Krueger does his little taglines.
You'd rather watch Nightmare on Elm Street on a loop?
Then watch...
But you just said Friday the 13th twice.
I did, sorry.
Wade says, I remember that movie. I'm sorry, Wade. I'll let Wade... Beth.
Wade asked, didn't the one woman tell the killer guy she voted for Reagan or Bush? I forgot. It was weird.
No, I think that movie was made before Papa Bush was in office. So I don't know. Maybe he's thinking of a different movie.
Doom Asylum? How can
I'm trying to think. That must have been the late 80s, wasn't it? Or mid 80s. So that's before Papa Bush was even in the old house that is Caucasian. Maybe Wade's thinking of a different movie.
I think we found Doom Asylum when we were looking for Crawl Space.
Wade's going to be on a mission. He says, I'm going to find a clip of it. I'm positive it was Doom Asylum. Okay, well.
Might have been.
Who knows?
But maybe that could have been a blooper in the movie for the time frame.
Anyway, I've already said it.
You've already said it.
Twice.
Yes.
But do we need to put that probably in the freezer, huh?
Probably. I can do it.
Pardon?
It's closer for me. I can do it real quick.
Okay, well.
As I'm finished up with my portion of sherbet ice cream.
All right, everyone. I'd say just over 10 minutes of show left. It's a bummer that took so long for people to show up, but thanks for showing up anyway. We tried to give a heads up 4 hours before the show started, so let you guys know. But people aren't always connected to the internet, which is good, especially in the summer. Nice days and warm weather and stuff. Dr. Rock says later, thanks for showing up, Dr. Rock. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you next time. Wade Wilson says the full movie of Doom Asylum is on YouTube. Okay, that's good.
There's more?
No. He says the full movie of Doom Asylum is on YouTube. What do you mean there's more?
I thought you only watched part of it. But...
No,
good night, Dr. Rock. I heard that you were leaving.
He means Doom Asylum's on YouTube. Now Beth's cold because she had the...
freezer door open.
Is it shut now?
Yes, it's shut. Well, I had to open the freezer door.
That's a bummer that she got bleach on that sweater.
I know, I cried.
For actually?
I actually teared up
Isn't
and cried.
That
from Carol.
Yeah, you can't use bleach wearing stuff you care about.
Well, how was that work?
Wade says she said, no, I'm a Republican. I voted for Reagan. Oh, okay. Yeah, that might have. Okay.
Oh,
she might have said
that. Yeah.
Wade Wilson set this up with the 26-minute, 16-second mark of the movie on YouTube. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That must be the line in that time frame.
Yeah, that's the crappiest movie that we can think of right now.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'd rather watch Barney than Doom Asylum. That's how bad Doom Asylum is.
Gary Page says, night, Nate and Beth.
Oh,
good night, Gary.
Page.
It's freaking really late there. Probably almost 2 a.m. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for listening.
Listen to the beginning tomorrow of us bitching about our camping trip.
Yeah, you'll never want to go camping again. Sounds like Wade Wilson joined me in some laughing out loud. So, LOL.
Wade says 26-minute 30-second mark to be more accurate. Okay.
Oh, that's what he was LOLing about.
Not your joke.
I like my joke.
Okay.
All right. Well, take two. Thanks everyone for joining the Nate and Beth show. Sorry they're so infrequent, but
that's life in the warm weather months.
Yeah. It's kind of fun to talk to you guys or read your chat and respond.
About 10 minutes left, everyone, I'm afraid.
I don't know who's even still with us. Dr. Rock said
Probably
goodnight.
Wade.
Wade's possibly with us. Gary said goodnight.
Yeah, who the hell is with us? Wade and a phantom listener.
I think they all checked in.
That they did.
So any other last minute questions from Wade or Dr. Rock is gone?
Oh yeah, see, look at now it's just two. Any last minute questions, Wade, in the last 9 minutes of the show? Okay, we'll wait.
Yeah, I don't know. Trying to think of anything worse than Doom Asylum.
It's tough, huh?
It really is.
So what about Doom Asylum do you think is so horrible?
The acting. I mean, the kills are predictable.
And the horrible attempt at humor, like with that character who calls them someone mom or something.
Oh yeah.
Someone.
The boyfriend said, no.
She's like someone calls their girlfriend dad or their boyfriend mom or some stupid shit like that.
The main character calls her boyfriend mom.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's weird. Because it's more comforting or something like that.
Yeah, that was some predictive programming for the coming times.
We're going to stop at that sentence.
Oh, okay.
Just trying to think. I mean, there's just really nothing I can think of.
She can't think of anything.
I'm seriously trying.
I'm sorry.
Of course, it's been a while since I've watched a lot of the movies I grew up with.
7 minutes left, everyone.
Wade Wilson might be thinking about.
Wade Wilson might be in the can.
No. He might go watch out for that, trap door.
Yeah. if you're staying at
Motorhome
Mountaintop Massacre Motel.
Yes. That was a fun movie.
Which one? Mountaintop
Massacre?
Motel Massacre? Yes. Or Motorhome Massacre?
Motorhome Massacre was that. Well, that could tie with
Doom Asylum.
But that was
I think you're right.
Yeah. The continuity in Motorhome Massacre was a tragedy in itself.
Yeah.
One scene they're wearing a sweater. 2 seconds later in the same scene they're no longer wearing a sweater. There's a cut in there somewhere.
This is a good
very poorly done.
This is a good summer radio studio, huh?
Yeah, this is nice. Little roomier than the studio.
Mm-hmm. Well, chat once again is dead as all dead can be. That's okay. You don't owe us anything.
But it is nice to know that you guys are out there listening. To the future listeners, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of go ahead.
Go ahead.
Disheartening when you're the first 20, 30 minutes of the show when no one's showing up. I will admit that.
We had Dr. Rock.
Oh, that's true. It seemed like he didn't show up though until 15 or 20 minutes in. But
about 20 minutes in.
It looked like Beth was going to say something.
That female, Elvira, that's about as close to Doom Asylum worse that I can think of, but she was kind of supposed to be hokey.
Well, right. She's supposed to be hokey, like a 50s
she was
horror movie maven.
Yeah, she was kind of the hostess of a lot of the movies, a lot like Svengoolie. That's another good. That's where I actually know half of these horror movies from, is watching Svengoolie.
Oh, okay. Wade says something that Beth's going to read.
Wade Wilson says, I was playing
I don't see a the.
Oh, I was playing Phantasy Star online and thought about you guys, gals. I was wondering if anyone else had showed up. Only one person for the first hour.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer, but we're
Yeah.
glad that was Dr. Rock. We appreciated him being with us for the first hour.
Yeah, Dr. Rock stayed for most of it, and Jose popped in.
Well,
and out.
Jose, yeah, that's
And we might have
another
had
story.
a bot, but yeah, not very much. We gave 4 or 5 hour notice, but then again, it's summer, it's nice out. People aren't going to be chained to their computer.
I hope not anyway on Saturday night. So,
but I'm so glad you thought of us, and we're just one person, guy and a gal.
no, we're two people.
Multiple personalities.
People are gonna think it's just me with multiple personalities.
It's really funny how you can talk at the same time as me and think it's just one person. Well, he says thought about you guys, gals, which I understand that they're trying to include everybody. But yeah, no one else really showed up.
Yeah.
Just Dr. Rock. And looks like as we're leaving, someone might have just showed up.
That's why shows ended up going 3-4 hours in the past, because when you're ready to end, someone will be like, "Hey guys,
hey guys, how's it going?" Oh, I think they heard us saying it's towards the end because it's back and forth.
Well, regardless, we're gonna be done in 4 minutes.
About 4 minutes left.
T-minus.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But it was a fun show. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and asking questions and triggering childhood memories and letting us vent about our camping trip. That was just kind of fun. And yeah.
What are we gonna go watch?
We are gonna go watch Front Page.
From what year?
1931.
Wow.
Am I right?
Yep.
Ooh, because 1940 was His Girl Friday.
Wow.
9 years in between movies.
Well, thanks, Wade. I think you were the one who tried to balance out the thumbs down with the hitchhiker. Thank you very much. I think it was him. Yeah, I don't know how such a small channel can get so much hate.
Yes, it's a black and white movie.
There's nothing wrong with those. Black and white movies matter.
I actually prefer black and white movies to a lot of the newer movies coming out.
Oh, you can tell me about that.
The cinematography is just amazing.
Oh.
But we'll probably let you know about Front Page.
How will we do that?
The next time we do a Beth and Nate show.
We'll probably forget all about that. We watch Front Page.
Well, then we might or might not.
We may or may not let you know what we thought of Front Page. Well, it's the early 30s. It's got to be good.
Oh, The First Psycho is a great black and white movie. Yes, yeah. Alfred Hitchcock.
What about Night of the Living Dead?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Me and Beth just realized at the same time Beth hasn't seen it.
Yeah, we kind of did the turn to each other and eye contact. I don't think I've ever seen that. Well, I might have to watch that. Oh, you got so many movies in so little time.
I know.
Wade Wilson said,
"Oh God, Wade."
I've watched the colorized version of The Night of the Dead. I don't know.
Yeah, watch the black and it sounds like Wade's kind of doesn't think much of black and white, which is his right. All right, about 1 minute left, Wade. Sorry.
And if we cut off before, thank you so much for your contribution and your questions.
We're not going to cut off before.
No, before him. So, because he's been back and forth.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But thank you again, Wade Wilson. Thank you, everybody, for listening, current and future listeners. Again, I really enjoyed talking about movies and getting educated on a few movies that we should probably try to watch.
I'll let Beth weed Wade's comment here.
So Wade Wilson says, depends on the black and white movie because I think Psycho is gorgeous, but maybe that has more to do with watching when I was young on TV. Wade Wilson continued by saying, okay, you guys, getting ready to wrap up. Thanks for your time. Well, thank you for your time. You're the one that came on and joined us.
As we kiss each other's ass, thank you very much for your time as well. So I guess as we hit the 2 hour mark, I guess that about does it. All right, everyone, or in this case, Wade, or whoever's listening after the fact, thank you very much for doing so. We'll try to be back, what do you think? Sooner than we did?
Sooner than later.
Sooner than later? Okay, maybe not so much time passing between the next one. We haven't done a show since late May, so.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll try for once a month.
Try for once a month? Okay.
So, thank you and good night.
Good night, all. Dun, dun, dun.